Hey guys, welcome back to the Adirondack Bucks and Beyond podcast. It's Adam, Corey, Brad, and myself tonight, and sitting around a fire. And I don't think we really have any direction we're going to go, but we're just going to kind of shoot the breeze like always and see where the conversation goes.
Got plenty to talk about, that's for sure.
We sure do.
Yeah, or do you guys want to?
How was Huntstock, boys?
Awesome.
What a time.
It was awesome.
Huntstock was awesome.
It was, I just want to say this first. Patrick guy, I've told everybody this, that he did an absolutely amazing job. That thing's going to be huge within the next couple of years. You're going to see all the big names there.
Yeah, it was it being the first year, it was extremely well organized. You would have thought that this was its 10th year by the way everything was just everything was flowing. There was nothing about it that seemed like this was their first time.
No, it was awesome. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Got to meet Hal Blood. I was there at the Just Hunt Club booth because anyone who's seen the YouTube videos, I'm interning with them. I don't think that's a secret anymore. Everyone knows that. And so I was at their booth doing that, and that was a ton of fun. Got to meet a ton of people there, and yeah.
Yeah, and as so Brad and I decided, we'll take the trip. We'll take the trip out there, and we'd go and support Bailey and the Just Hunt Club guys. But there was a lot of other stuff we wanted to check out too.
Right.
And man, we had a freaking ball.
Yeah, we did. It was really cool to see. As soon as we walked in one of the main buildings, the first person we're standing there is Hal Blood, which was just so cool to see Hal in person.
As you'd expect him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
He's exactly as you would expect him. I mean, it looks just like the guy in the pictures. But it was really also cool to see. There's a lot of people right now that are doing the same thing as us. Certainly some that are, more along the way, I suppose you could say. Maybe have some more connections.
First people who pop into my mind is these guys that wearing the hat
Bailey's wearing a Stagger hat right now. And we met them. We went and shook Isaac's hand, and he had a crew of guys with him. And everybody was super friendly. The Northwoods Whitetail guys were there. Jeff Doyle was really great. He stepped off stage from doing a seminar, and I pulled him aside, and we chatted quickly and kind of talked about the Adirondacks. I asked him about him shooting copper bullets. It was just something I had an interest in at the time. But he was super cool. He took a picture with us, and I don't think it'll probably be the last time that we meet Jeff because he, seemed that personable. But just overall, it was a dedicated Big Woods event, and it did not fall short.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to mention, I forgot to even tell you guys this. I was talking to someone there who does like a bunch of events, and they're like, we do a whole bunch of events all over the place, and they go, we've never had such a friendly crowd, no arguments, nothing. Like everyone was just friends. It was
just
friendly there.
I didn't know people argued at those events.
Yeah.
No. Like this person was saying, like events in general, like any event. I don't know. Like,
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And she was just like, everyone's so friendly. You all get along. I haven't seen a single fight. I'm like, that's the hunting community to a T, though. You know?
It's funny you say that because while we were there, everybody was acting accordingly. Like everybody really was behaving. It was just people smiling, shaking hands, trading stories. I honestly can say it, and I didn't even think of it till now, but I definitely thought of it that day. I was so proud of the hunting community. This was somebody's personal horse farm.
Yeah.
And there was a ton.
That's what they said. The garbage, no garbage.
Right. There was a
Everyone's picking
ton
up
of
after
people
themselves.
at this event. And everybody was behaving. Nobody was acting a fool. Nobody was clearly doing something that was like pushing the boundaries of whatever expectation was there. They, we were being super respectful. It was literally just a group of deer hunters that just wanted to talk deer hunting with each other.
Just the entire atmosphere represented the Northeast hunting culture and community so well, and it was a blast. And I'll just say it again, hats off to Patrick Guyette, and I cannot wait for next year.
Yeah, it really
awesome.
It really was a show by hunters for hunters,
right?
And it's just a great event, and we are so looking forward to next year.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things too where like everybody was so apprehensive because everybody's kind of meeting each other for the first time in person, and I think by next year everybody's kind of got these established relationships now. It's going to be like a really good time next year for everybody to get together again.
Right, the ice has been broken.
That's exactly it. The ice has been broken.
Oh, yeah, just a little side note, guys. We are recording tonight. So you guys are going to be able to see this on YouTube as well this time. And just wanted to put that out there. We're sitting by the fire here. We'll see how the video turns out. Well, hopefully we'll be able to. We'll see how the editing goes. But yeah, Yeah, so that was Huntstock. You guys should, if you guys didn't go this year, you should definitely look into going next year for anyone listening who didn't go. So.
Yeah.
What's next?
I just want to say real quick too. Shout out to the Just Hunt Club guys. I didn't mention them earlier, but obviously, like you said, you were there at their booth. They had a beautiful booth. They clearly had put a lot of time and effort into it. They really wanted to show out for their company. Yeah.
Not just saying next time into anyone, like their booth was awesome.
No, I'll say it for you. They did a wonderful job. You know, they were like, when you went into the main building, they were definitely one of the booths that really caught your eye. Obviously, the Big Woods guys did too, because they had a ton of guys there in general. Like Big Woods really showed out. They had quite the posse there.
We had a big crew there too.
No, you did. Yeah, you absolutely did. I guess it's funny too, because you can see the difference. Like the Big Woods guys were all like clearly seasoned hunters, are all older guys.
Yeah.
You know, and then your crew at the Just Hunt Club was a lot of younger guys.
Yeah, it's like the new generation coming up.
Yeah, they were
almost.
super.
Cool.
All your guys were super friendly, nice. You know, some of them we knew, some of them we didn't. So I just want John and Brett to know that they did a really nice job with their booth.
Yeah, and I mean, that was everyone. That was a collective effort.
Sure.
I wasn't there on Thursday, unfortunately, because I couldn't be. But yeah, that was a collective effort by the entire Just Hunt Club team setting that up. I know everyone had a part in it, so that was cool. Yeah, moving forward from Huntstock, I had something on the top of my head. We
did some shooting today.
Yeah, we did do some shooting today. You guys are gonna see that video on YouTube as well here pretty soon.
We got a good amount of trigger time in this afternoon, which was well overdue. I mean, in years past, I think we put it off a little too much with everybody's responsibilities and stuff, but we finally found a day to get together, and it was productive shooting. It wasn't just throwing the gun on the rest. I mean, we did do that, but it was more than that. We got some really practical shooting in, and it was something that I think will help us down the road.
Yeah, I feel better just from having shot today. Like, my confidence is already up a little bit more. Not that you ever lose the confidence, just nice to, like, remind yourself that the gun's still shooting good and you're still shooting good. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, dude, the confidence for me, like, I was just thinking about this as soon as we left. I was like, wow, I feel so much better now that we had a moving target versus just a stationary target. Because Brad...
Brad, why don't you explain what you made for us there? I mean, nothing crazy, but it's really cool what you put together.
Before, but you put it together.
I mean,
cool.
Anybody that's big into hunting, especially like the Big Wood stuff, this all started back when Benoit started their tracking school, and they had the tire going across they had big sand pit. They have video of it, and everybody's kind of done it since then, and it is a really great idea. And to go back to Huntstock real quick, when Timmy Bolduck was up there with Lanny Benoit, and they were giving their seminar, Timmy did touch on how he shoots a lot, and it probably has a lot to do with the fact that he works for Woodman Arms, and it's important for them to shoot guns. But Timmy said that he really likes to shoot at a rolling tire because it just, I think they mentioned skeet shooting too. Is also a good idea. Anything that trains your eye to look down the gun and get a good feel for your trigger and all that. And me and Corey have talked about this, and Timmy touched on as well. Is on these 7600s, the factory trigger is just junk in them.
It's heavy.
It's so heavy, and it's just junk.
I need to switch that out on my gun.
You do. Because I did it in my gun, and it really is a world of difference. So that's what led us to doing the tire. Rolling the tire was a friggin' blast.
That was so fun. It was so thrilling.
So effective too.
So effective. I mean, there was a matter of 3-4 shots tops. We were all hitting our target.
It moves like about the pace of a buck that if you could picture like your buddy just bumped the buck about 400 yards down the ridge, and he's kind of just coming through the woods, getting out of the area, and he doesn't know he's about to run into you.
He's scooting out the back
door.
Right,
it was about that pace. So it was good. You got to bring your gun up and kind of get ahead of it and pull the trigger.
Yep, just get a feel for the movement.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy though what your sight picture's like on a moving target versus just what you're used to shooting at a stationary target. It's so much more fluency that goes into it, and it does take a little bit more practice, and that's why I'm so glad we did that today.
And it was fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It wasn't like, oh god, we have to shoot more. Because when we're just shooting at targets that are stationary, I get that sometimes. Like I'll take a couple shots, and I'll be like, all right, I'm done with this. Like this isn't fun. I could do that for hours.
Sure.
That was awesome.
And it's like, do you run your bolt when you shoot off a bench?
Yeah.
I mean, but you don't.
Well, that's a good point to bring up, because when I was trying to re-rack another shell, and I kind of like stuttered a little bit. I still got it in a pretty decent time, and I ended up hitting on the second shot. But I was telling these guys, I don't know if it was from turkey season or like that was the freshest thing in my mind from shooting a gun.
Right.
But I almost like wanted to pump the gun, and I stuttered, and in the video you can see that, and I don't know, it just made me feel better, kind of like getting that out of the way, because if we weren't doing that, I would have just waited till deer season. I mean, if I can hunt this year, I would have waited till deer season to do that.
Just like the elementary basics, like clicking the safety off, bringing the gun up, firing, in our case, pump, fire again, put the safety back on. Just it's good to get in that habit.
Yep.
Pocket the gun, cheek to the rest.
Yeah.
Find your front sight, move with it. I mean, there's just all those little steps that you overlook when you just go to the range and you're just sitting there in a
something
stationary
you
target.
could even expect with the tire is not that it's a competition for us, but there's like the pressure or. I guess maybe pressure's not what I like, but you want to shoot good with your buddies. You know what I mean?
Challenge of it.
Right. So you don't want to go out there and just shoot into the dirt the whole time. So it is actually good to get you prepared for that moment because you've got to.
It's an element of pressure.
A little pressure. I'm like, if I don't hit this, I'm gonna feel like a jackass.
And we all shot well, so it's like I don't want to be the next guy that gets up and doesn't shoot well.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
it's healthy competition.
We're all competitive.
Healthy, healthy competition.
No, that was a lot of fun. We were up at our hunting camp there, new hunting camp. That place is gonna be pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Come together on opening night and stuff, and that'll be fun.
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to deer season in general. Well, so I guess I leave under 2 weeks with John. I'm going with John to the Just Hunt Club, obviously, and we're going on our first trip, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Where are you going?
I don't know if I can say.
Okay.
I think I can. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
don't.
like saying anything without asking.
It's all good.
Just,
all good.
Follow up with the Just Hunt Club guys and stay tuned, and you will see very soon where they're headed.
That's right. Make sure you watch the videos. Yeah, so I'll be leaving in 2 weeks.
With that being said, I think we've all been shooting our bows.
Yeah, not as much as I should be, but I definitely am.
Yeah.
I'm so wrapped up in wanting to hunt up north.
Dude,
I don't really care.
I know.
I
it's
hate
hard.
to say it.
It's hard.
Yeah, you want to know? I have not shot my bow. Corey and I shot, literally like every day last summer.
Right.
I have not shot every day this
Well, I've been
summer.
shooting quite a bit. I try to shoot every day, at least
Yeah, you
once
got
a day.
those new Chinese arrows.
I did.
Ching Chong
Just
choppers.
I have a Amazon Prime card, and I build points over time, and I let them build towards hunting season. So if I want something, I can usually buy it on Amazon with the extra points that I build up.
Right.
And this year I went the cheap route with arrows because I had ran out from all the arrows I've been stocking up on for the last 3-4 years. And I went with the cheapest ones I could find, believe it or not. And they're these Chinese arrows I found on Amazon. They came fletched, nocks in them, inserts in them, cut the length, and in a dozen, and I paid $58 for them.
Holy crap.
So I was a little hesitant. I mean, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if these things are going to group. I've shot, just yesterday alone, I shot a half dozen rounds of 12 arrows, and I had no issues grouping. I had no funky flight of arrows. I mean, it was actually unbelievable. So I'm not trying to take away from the rest of the archery business here. You buy whatever arrows you want, but if you're looking for a bargain, I'd recommend these arrows on Amazon. They are great.
What spine are they?
300 spine.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and stiff for what I need them for anyway. So.
Corey's the scientist of the group. He's always experimenting.
I like
with
experimenting,
stuff.
especially with the archery stuff. I just find it fun.
Yeah.
It's just something to pass time.
Yeah, man. That's cool.
Something. So with our schedules this year, just the way Corey has a kid now. I'm doing the internship. We're all going to be busy. Corey and I have been doing a ton of scouting in the farm country.
Mm-hmm.
A ton, just because we're probably not going to be able to travel all the way up north all the time.
No, we'll definitely be able to hunt up north. It just might not be as many days as years past.
So for bow season, we're getting ready to hunt in the farm country for bow season for the most part. And Corey and I have been extensively scouting and kind of doing some new stuff this year. We're having a ton of fun with it.
Speaking of experimenting, we've been experimenting with some trail cameras, different types of trail cameras, primarily cell cameras, because we had never really done so before. We've taken what guys that we know do, and especially like Brett of Just Hunt Club, saturating an area with a ton of cameras just to see what we can come up with. And it's amazing. We've only had them out for probably 2 to 3 weeks, and the amount of intel we've gained just in that 2 to 3 weeks. And granted, it's summertime, that's all apt to change, but it's pretty unbelievable seeing how bucks are using certain areas, how we thought they were or weren't or aren't using them how we thought they were. And the amount of licking branch activity that we've seen,
absolutely
unreal. On the bucks and does equally.
Crusher. Actually, I was showing Corey, Brad, a camera that you went with us to hang.
One of those beds up on the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
which one specifically?
So the one that's facing the west towards the neighboring property. It's
the second one we hung.
The second one we hung, where it's kind of thicker on the bed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, there was an old rub in the bed right there on one of those. It was, I don't know if it's a black ash, but it's a similar type tree, a softwood maple, whatever. And Bailey has pictures of 2 does standing in the bed. Was it today or yesterday?
A couple days ago. And
the does are licking the rub. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah, it was kind of odd.
Yeah, I wonder what
that's all about.
I was gonna say, I wonder what that's supposed to mean.
I don't know. It was just weird. I mean, well, I told Corey last year up behind tent camp. Do you remember that doe that was doing it to those rubs that we had back up there? That we had on camera? Do you guys remember that?
Oh, I probably just didn't see the pictures. I mean, I know there was a camera up there, but
yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, that's 2 times now I've seen does licking rubs.
I don't know.
Weird.
There might be something to it, but that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've been doing West Coast. Adam's been out putting some cameras out up north too.
Got some nice bucks
some
on
real
camera.
nice bucks on camera.
Nice bucks, some good ones.
Yep.
Some up and comers.
What?
I'm gonna try my darndest to kill one up north with my bow.
That'd be awesome.
That's something I think we've all been
That'd be
trying
sick.
to do.
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
thought about doing, and I'm gonna give it a shot.
I mean,
I got nothing going down here.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, many people have done it. It's just, it's a hard thing to do. I think about how hard it is to kill a deer with a rifle up there, and then you add in a bow, which is, I mean, you got to have them, especially up there. You're gonna need a 20-yard shot. You're not gonna be shooting 30 yards up there.
Is, with as thick as it is, doesn't matter if it's a rifle, muzzleloader, or archery. It's gonna be 20 and under.
Yeah.
In that area.
Definitely.
I really hope you get one up there with the bow.
I
That'd
would
be
love
awesome.
to do that. Be ready for that phone call because that drag's gonna suck.
that's the least of my worries
That's
at that
the least
point.
of my worries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my God. But yeah, going back to what Corey was saying about the farm country. We just got talking today about the bucks that we have here in New York, especially in the farm country, kind of excluding up north in the mountains where they get the age structure and stuff. They just don't get the age structure down here, and it's because our rifle season goes so goddamn long, you know?
Right.
I mean, Corey was elaborating on it a little better than I probably would earlier. So.
We did. It is crazy. There's just so many what I would deem to be 2.5-year-old bucks, just young bucks. Nice racked young deer. And I'm not complaining about it by any means. It could be much worse, but we definitely don't see the age structure. I mean, we pulled how many cameras up north last year? Like 3 or 4 that we had hanging up there. We had very mature bucks on just about every one of those cameras at some point or another.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't been running them very long. It's still summertime. That's apt to change going into the fall down here. But the majority of the bucks that we're seeing down here back home, and I think it's attributed to, our long rifle season. It's 3 weeks long, and it falls right in the prime time of the rut. Mm-hmm. And we give out 2 buck tags to everybody that buys a hunting license, if you get your archery tag anyway.
Sure.
I think that has a lot of contribution to the fact that maybe back home here where there is more pressure and a little bit less land, we don't have that age structure like we do up north. So that's another beauty about hunting up there is you have a good chance of running into a mature buck at any given time.
How many times do people show you a trail camera picture of a really nice antlered buck around here? But it's a very young buck. It's like, it's clearly a really young deer.
3.5.
That 8-pointer that we have on camera has a beautiful rack. Next year you'd be a stud and hit. I mean, he's got to weigh what? I mean, he's lucky if he weighs 120.
Yeah.
He's tiny.
Well, when you see those kind of pictures, and then you do see pictures that we get from bucks in the Adirondacks that are truly mature animals that are in their 5, 6, 7-year-old range. I mean, it's just they look nothing alike body-wise.
Nothing.
I mean, these nice antlered bucks down here look, they look just like scrawny little teenagers with big antlers. And those bucks up there just look like freaking hogs.
Yeah, absolute studs. I mean, their bodies dwarf these deer.
Mm-hmm. Even their faces, like they literally look like an older animal.
Dude, they definitely do. Like when you see someone with just a giant Adirondack buck or New Hampshire, Maine, wherever.
Sure.
Like you just look at him, you're like, that deer's just seen it all. Like, that's an old deer, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of stories behind deer like that.
Sure.
I know. I'd love to know what they've seen in their lifetime.
Oh my God. Be a bird on a tree or something.
Yeah, I saw you walk by me 4 times last year.
Yeah. How amazing is it? Like the bucks, like that are true mature bucks that have held down like a particular area for many years within their life, and they've seen many a hunter, they've smelt many a hunter. It's like you can never figure those bucks out, and it seems like they live in the deepest, darkest place, and then as soon as the snow hits the ground, all of a sudden it's like he's been right here all along.
Yep.
I've hunted this 100 times and he's been here all along, but he always beat me.
Well,
He's just not making a mistake with timing.
You want to know what's so funny about that is coming back to farm country. Like obviously we don't track in farm country.
Sure.
But like coming back to farm country, we get snow and you go and look at the tracks on the ground when there's snow here, and you're like, where are all these deer? When is all this happening? Like, I've never seen a deer here.
Yeah.
There's tracks everywhere.
Yes.
Like, okay, maybe it's nighttime movement, but like, it's just crazy what you see when that snow hits the ground and like you said, like the places, like how are they there?
Yeah.
How are they there this entire time and I haven't seen them?
Yeah, it's just they really live an amazing life, and I would have to think that if we put ourselves in like a deer's shoes, so to speak, if you couldn't talk in your entire life you spent never making noise yourself other than walking, and all you do is listen and smell all the time, I don't think they work that hard to avoid us. I think it's actually pretty freaking obvious when a hunter's coming around. And it's not like they're like superhuman. I mean, they're very good at what they do. But I think when you're just laying all the time and you're smelling and hearing and seeing, they pick us up pretty easily. But it's still impressive when they put a couple years under their belt and they turn into those animals that are, 175 pounds or better. And they get that big Roman nose and they get a really broad, deep chest on them. And sometimes they get like that swaggy sway belly, like a buck you'll see a lot of good bucks in the woods and you'll jump a lot of good bucks, but to jump a buck like that, it's like,
that buck we got on camera.
That gives you that's exactly what it is. It's like, wow. What a buck. Wow. Look at that thing.
That buck we got on camera last year was one of those wow bucks. Like, as soon as you pulled that picture up, I just remember being like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's bigger than what I think we've talked about a lot too. When you're hunting, I think a lot of us just expect to see like that really nice 8-point buck be the one that we're going to shoot.
Which is fine. I'm down for that.
So, me too. Oh, all day, man. Basket 6, send them our way. But when a buck of that caliber that's like 135 inches or better and he's going to be pushing 180, 190 pounds, I mean, that's an unbelievable deer to see that thing get up. Oh, my God. You just aren't prepared for that.
Bigger than life.
Yeah.
Bigger than life.
Yeah.
I'll go up. I mean, I've been listening to Big Woods bucks, and I've heard a couple of
220, 230, 240,
270.
No, I know. It's just a very different animal.
Then you go to Canada and they get 300 pounds. What does a 300-pound buck look like?
After the amount of podcasts and videos we've digested over the years on everything tracking in big woods, they're clearly a different type of animal to see up there because everybody that says it, like guys that hunt in New York or Massachusetts, maybe like southern New Hampshire before they get into those 200-pound deer, they all say it. Like the first time you see a big main track, it's like the biggest thing you've ever seen. I can't even picture it.
No, I
can't.
Can
you?
No, I can't.
No.
I think about the biggest track
like.
that probably you and I have seen together there the first time we were
That was a freaking huge track.
That was huge. I've never seen anything like that in the Adirondacks, and I have no doubt after hearing all these stories that we'd be blown out of the water still going to these other places.
I'm like concerned I wouldn't know how to track a buck that big because I've never seen a track that big. In the sense that I legitimately wouldn't be able to make a decision like, I don't know, is this a moose?
Brad, you'd be thinking, tell me this isn't a spike horn again.
Don't you dupe me again.
No, you know what? I feel way redeemed on that because I've heard a lot of guys talk since then about big-footed young bucks.
Well, I'm glad you guys brought this up. Bailey and I, on the way up to camp today, were listening to Staggercast talk with Lanny and the other gentleman there, Glenn Bombardier.
Yeah.
And Glenn hunts the Adirondacks. Yeah, great podcast. It was short, but it was really good. And they talked specifically about the Adirondacks because Glenn hunts over here quite a bit. And they talked about how you need to put an emphasis over here on more of the stride and stagger than the actual foot themselves because that's going to be more telling to our deer specifically because we don't have the body weight or the tracks that they have in other places. So moving forward, that's something we need to keep in mind because I think we've all been duped. How many times have you tracked the doe down? Yeah. I've done the same. I've done the same thing. I'm like, wow, that's a really good track. You walk up to it and maybe kick her out of her bed or something else tells you, oh, this is a group of does. Or this is a doe that I've been tracking this whole time.
Right.
So,
yeah, I can't wait though. Like, I'm sure at some point when we get some bucks underneath our belt, we're going to want to start going up to Maine, to New Hampshire, maybe out to Canada once. Like, I know it's coming in the years down the road once we have some Adirondack bucks.
It's almost not even so much getting the bucks under our belt. Like, we've put ourselves in the position. We're just not sealing the deal.
We're there.
You know what I mean? Like, we are. Like, it's right.
Corey and I, when you guys were here, Corey and I had this conversation basically. I was like, I've been there. I was there 3 times last year.
Right.
I put myself in the position 3 times last year, and I couldn't seal the deal. Like something happened, something minor happened.
Right.
And I couldn't finish it.
And they talked a lot at Huntstock too about how there's such a plethora of information out there that you can cut your learning time on tracking deer by 90%. Because of the amount of information that is out there. You used to have to read books to get this. But it's not even like, it's not a problem going that we won't, go the distance. It's not a problem going back day after day. It's not a problem going into a place that we've never been before. It's just once we're within, that 200 to 300 yards of him, then it's the only deal. Or seeing him before he sees us when we get close enough.
We have the big picture. It's refining and honing the minute details and skills. That's all it really comes down to at this point. It's putting the small pieces of the puzzle together. Because we have the outer frame and the outer shell ready. It's just putting that core
Which
piece.
is the hardest part.
Yeah,
like that's
absolutely.
what separates consistent trackers from your average tracker.
Yep. It's like climbing a mountain. You're almost to the pinnacle. We've climbed the majority of it. You got to get up that last steep part though to get to the best stuff.
I'm actually enjoying this part right now because I'm afraid if we start knocking him down on a regular basis like that, it'll lose.
I don't want to wear out this feeling. I don't want to wear out the chasing, the allure of just continuing to chase them. I like the struggle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the allure of, and as much as I love trail cameras, I do agree with you, Brad, too. I love the unknown. I love the unknown of not knowing, like, holy shit, I could walk up on a 170-inch freak of nature buck up there at any given time.
But that's the same thing like I was saying before. You could hunt a whole season somewhere and, like, it just ain't really happening. And then you pull your cameras and you're like, what?
It was happening the whole time.
Like, what in the world? This doesn't even seem real that bucks like this were in this area. We hunted here all year.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What is going on? I think they live underground.
Yeah, it feels that way. It really feels that way. It's those odds and end places though that those big bucks are making it through. They know
it so
those
fun.
woods so much better than we could ever dream of.
Oh man, they're slick.
They are slick.
I got a pump that's pretty slick.
Throw another piece of wood on that fire so we don't lose our light here.
Yeah.
I had to go adjust that light for you guys. Get you guys some more light. You're looking a little dark
out
over
real
there.
well. Ow.
I love that we have this on video now.
Yeah.
Good job, Papa.
Thank you, brother. That'll do for now.
Yeah, that'll do. So what's everybody's goals for the season?
For me,
well, let's do individual and group.
Yeah.
Individual goals and group goals.
I've been yapping enough over here. Go, Adam. What's your goal, brother?
Oh man, can't you give me a minute to think?
Well, you kind of already said it. You want to shoot a goal. On an individual level.
Okay, so individual level, I guess, because I'm gonna mainly dedicate a lot of my season up. Most of my season is gonna be up north, especially with getting to go. I'm going to Illinois with my father, the last week of October and the first week of November, which is I'm so excited for that. So I'm gonna spend the rest of my dedicate the rest of my season to being up north, prior to that trip and after. And I would love to just finally it's been a few years since I really sealed the deal on one up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my goal for the season would be to be able to look back on the season if I don't get one and know that I did everything in my power to put myself in a position to.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
We want one.
Absolutely.
We want that for you in the worst way, dude. We've talked about it a lot without you around.
I
want to see your,
I
want to see your face after
one.
you fucking pull the trigger. Excuse my language, but after you pull the trigger on one, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to edit that out, guys. I got a potty mouth.
Yeah, can't wait.
Anyways,
can't wait.
I can't wait to see your face when you pull the trigger on a nice juicy Adirondack
it doesn't even
buck.
have to be a hammer, dude, but just something that gets you excited, and that would be a lot of fun.
I spent
You're due for one. You're due for one.
You and Bailey both. I'm so looking forward to that day. I mean, Brad and I now have one under our belt up north.
You'll know when it happens. You'll be able to hear me from wherever you guys are. You'll know.
You'll be bellowing.
Yeah.
Bellowing like a billy goat
What
up there.
about you? What's your
My goal? Finishing a track. I mean, I told Corey this earlier. If I get on a track this year and it's the right conditions, I mean, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to kill it. I have to.
That's the
all you can
mindset. That's the
tell yourself.
mindset.
Tell yourself.
Dude, last year, like I was just saying.
No, you don't have to. You're going to. There's a difference. Don't put the pressure on that you have to. You just know you're going to.
I'm going to, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So, I like I was just saying, I had 3 times this past season where I came dang close to doing it.
Sure.
And I wanted to go back. You guys are kind of talking about like the information being out there about tracking and stuff. And, all that information is great. It's great. It's just what got all of us started and pointed in the right direction. The Hal Bloods, the Denitos, and all those guys. Adam Arquette, Todd Mead, all those guys.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, the only way you're truly going to learn is being out there and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And last year was my learning season. I put everything in my back pocket. Every time I'd mess up, I'd be like, that's not going to happen again. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing that again. And I feel like if I do get any days to track this year, I feel like I'm going to have that just slight advantage. Obviously, I'm not a professional at this point. This can be my second season, but I'm going to get it done. So that's my goal. Finish the track.
Love it.
Nice. Yeah,
I think, and I just want to see, you made me think when you were saying that, is even with all the information, one thing that'll definitely never change is the effort that you have to put into it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how good a shot you are or how good you are. You could be the best person in the world at aging a buck's track. But if you can't dedicate yourself to putting in the effort to go try and find that deer and kill him, it just doesn't work. Like, I remember we hunted a spot last year where I went 3 miles before I even cut a buck's track. So I'm already 6 miles round trip for the day. And we haven't even started tracking yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you pick up a really good buck's track. You are 3 miles in already. He's easily going to take you for at least another 1.5, 2 or 3.
Easily. Absolutely.
Now you're talking 9, 10 mile day. That's a lot to commit to. Some guys just are like, this is a nice track, but I'm 3 miles in. I'm not going any farther than this.
So, dude, like the thing that I appreciate most about good hunters is the effort they put into it. Whether that's tracking, whether that's, going in the farm country and killing bucks in the farm country. When I see someone like putting in just a maximum amount of effort and it paying off for them, dude, I love that. Like, so Brett, Brett hunts a totally different way than we've ever hunted,
Sure.
But the amount of effort that he puts in to kill the bucks that he does is like, that's awesome.
Yeah, in a way, awesome. And I'm not taking away from anybody else, but it's more deserving in a lot of ways. You like to see the winners come through, like when they're putting in that much effort.
Sure.
It's fine, there's the people who go out, like I'm going to go out for a weekend, I'm going to go out opening weekend, which that's fine if you're that person, but I just it's with anything. I like people who put in a lot of effort.
But you could also talk to somebody that shoots pretty good deer consistently that's not putting in a ton of effort. Like maybe they have access to like some crazy good property or something. And when you talk to them, like kind of the conversation, you like want to nod off. You're like, you're not telling me anything that intrigues me at all. I could, but you could sit and talk to Brett and be absolutely enthralled in what he is telling. Right, what he's telling. Like, you're like, tell me more. I mean, my God, this all makes so much sense. Why did I never see it like this before?
So while Brett and I were up doing our scouting and all that stuff, when I went up with him, dude, we talked the entire time, and we probably could have talked all day long through the night, just like telling stories and sharing information, But he knows all that stuff because he's put all the work in over the years, you know? People who haven't put that work in, they aren't going to have that knowledge that he does about it, and that's what makes it so intriguing.
And this isn't about outworking other guys.
No,
it's not like anybody. It ain't about that. I'm just saying there's some guys that are willing to... That's not what I want to say either. When you're going to do this game, you have to commit to it because it sucks. Mm-hmm. The walk freaking sucks. The walk out when you're 4 miles back, it freaking sucks, man. Mm-hmm. It never gets better.
No.
And especially when you're not doing well.
Yeah.
And especially when you're trying to track a freaking deer, man, and you can't make it work, and you didn't even come close to catching up with him, or you bumped him out of a bed 3 times, and you knew you were going to come to a bed every time, and there he is, and it's like, what am I fucking doing wrong here?
Yeah.
It's a month
I know there's
going to
be a bed here, and I still spook him out every time.
Yeah. It's a month into the season, you haven't slept right, you haven't ate right.
4 miles out of the woods, and guess what? Tomorrow's Monday, and you're back to work. Like, are you still willing to do it then?
I guess what I was trying to say through this whole thing is like, I am just so appreciative of people who like put in the work. Like, I admire them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's very admirable people who put in that work and gain that knowledge.
And that's every guy that we met at Huntstock.
Yep.
It's every one of them.
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It was awesome. So we got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, I was supposed to say
it was good though.
On a group level, I would like to see us, the days that we do have together, work together as a group and hunt together more. That's something I really am looking forward to.
Absolutely.
I know we're kind of like broken records, Brad and I here, but the few times that him and I have done it, it's worked flawlessly. I mean, not necessarily to kill a big buck, but to just move deer around. And I think that as a group, we put together some really good area. We've come up with some really good areas to focus in on, and we can find success strategically hunting it. together. So that's something I'm looking forward to as a group.
Yeah,
that'd be mine for the group.
Yep.
that'd be a lot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's I couldn't really think of anything else because we have talked about that extensively. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
that
from time to time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of wraps in with my own personal goal because I want to finish the track too. Blah 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 blah. Everybody knows that. I definitely want to. I mean, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
But I really am looking forward to bear grounding again this year because I should be 2 for 2 at this point. Like
Redemption.
I've done pretty well with the bear grounding,
Very well.
and I really do feel like I have a knack for putting myself in an opportunity to get lucky on a buck. I don't like that
You
either.
find the right areas to be in at the right
put
time.
yourself
Right.
in the
I put
right
myself in a
position.
position to at least meet up with a deer
Yes.
and have my opportunity. And with that being said, I feel like we have really talked to some good people during this off season. Todd Mead being one of them, Adam certainly being one of them, and then somebody else was talking recently. Oh, you know what? Isaac Young was talking about it in one of the Stagger casts about working and hunting with other guys. Actually, might would have been one of their first ones they did, but anyways, we haven't been working that angle yet.
No,
Of really trying to kill a buck together. And I have like the utmost confidence that that's going to work this year, almost to the point where like I think we're going to kill a buck doing that this year. I really do.
I wouldn't be
dude, it was-
surprised.
I wouldn't normally say that.
it was
but I really
almost
do.
like last year. Like I could vividly remember us being in the tent or whatever, and we'd be like, "Oh, let's tomorrow morning we're all gonna go to this spot. Like
And
we're
then
gonna do this."
it died
And then we'd
quickly.
wake up and we'd all be groggy and tired and be like,
yeah.
"Yeah, we're all going our
Sure.
separate ways." Like,
Well, isn't that every hunting trip like at night? Everybody's like so pumped for the next day, and then when the next day comes, everybody's kind of getting going. Maybe you weren't gonna go to the spot you talked about the night before. Now,
Now you're like-
Corey's
now
just
you're
gonna hang.
It's so cold in here. I'm gonna cut firewood this morning.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
there's
like,
snow
well-
in the forecast in 3 weeks. Okay, perfect.
well, it was almost kind of like one person would be like, and it always start off like one person would be like, yeah, well, actually, I'm just gonna go over here. You guys can go do that though, and then everyone else would be like,
Oh, just say my name already.
no, really, I'm saying because Corey did
Oh
it
no,
too.
I stayed at camp more days than that. I'm like, yeah, you guys go have your fun.
You definitely did. You like hunting alone. That's like, that's just how you hunt is alone.
Sure.
So, yeah,
I like it.
Todd yelled at me for it. No, he
Todd-
didn't. He
Todd-
didn't.
Speaking of Todd and Adam, I am so looking forward to getting them back.
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I
so-
absolutely love talking to both of them.
So we're
I'm-
gonna get
I'm
them
very
back
much-
on before
yeah.
hunting season, probably like right before hunting season, to kind
Yeah.
of kick everything off. And I think that's gonna be a great podcast.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait to hear more stories. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys we said this in a couple podcasts, but if you guys have anyone who you want to hear, we'd like to kind of keep it someone out of the Northeast. If you guys have anyone you want to hear, reach out to us. Let
We
us know.
just enjoy the in-person podcast, so that's why they're not like every week because we don't want to just be calling people on the phone. It's like a whole different experience when you can see somebody's face and read body language and enjoy each other like that.
Yeah, talking. I mean, like the podcast with Zach was great. It was awesome talking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's always awesome.
That's
to
different.
talk
He was
to
across the country, and so it wasn't as
Yeah.
feasible. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And it'd be cool to meet people too, like go to Jeff Doyle's house, meet him if he would let us do such a thing and check it out, or meet up with Isaac and those guys because they're right up here in Vermont. It's just nice to see country that's not our own.
Well, I know I talked to last year. I was talking to Eric Bowick. What's his name on YouTube?
80K Trackers.
80K Trackers.
what's his name?
Yeah, what's his name?
What's his name?
Yeah, no, I was talking to Eric Bowick, and we were gonna go there. It was either him or Hunter Bob's house. They have a basement bar down there. We were
Cool.
gonna go there.
Yeah,
but-
that's another group of guys I'd really like to go.
Oh, man.
yeah. I don't know
Get
what
to know
happened. It
them.
just kind of fell apart. But
Yeah,
what-
everybody's busy.
yeah. No, but we definitely would like talk to them still because I mean, they have just killed some monsters.
Well,
up
they have
there,
a
you
cool
know?
group thing going on, kind of
Very
like
cool
us. They
group
actually have a
thing.
bigger group, but those guys hunt really well together, and they're really good about having each other's back when somebody shoots a deer. Like
You
everybody
can tell
comes.
how close they are.
Yeah, everybody comes and gets the deer out and all that. So,
They're killers, dude. They're killers.
yeah, they shoot really nice deer. I'd like to know where they hunt because they got themselves a nice area.
So
Yes, they do.
I'm glad you said I'd like to know where they hunt, Brad, because it made me think of it. I was talking to someone from Big Woods Bucks who hunts up in the Adirondacks. It was Mark Sheeran and his son Austin. And, this is like people we look up to, like how we got into like tracking and all that stuff.
Sure.
And then you talk to them and it's like, Will you hunt the same damn place that we do?
So what the hell's our problem? Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Funny. Yeah, I talked to them for like probably like 40 minutes at Huntstock.
I know.
Creek.
We expect them to say, like a place, and us to be like, now, where's that? But they don't. They say places that we've been to, more than once. More than once.
Oh,
You
God.
did what? I've never heard of such a
Where
thing.
is this? Where is this?
Is there a magic trick that goes along with that?
Well, Adam ran into Adam. He actually remembered too. I brought up. I said, I was like, yeah, you ran into
Adam
my buddy
hunts up
there.
and bleep. All right.
No, this Adam.
I know. But I just want you to put the bleep on there like it's a big deal.
Yeah, you ran into him up in
In
Massachusetts.
Down in Mass.
You
Yep.
remember that? He was saying he was having a hell of a day.
Is that
Oh,
the
no.
crunchy snow day?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was the day Brad lasted all about 3 minutes.
That's giving me credit. That sucked.
Crunch. Yeah, I'm headed back home.
It was like
But
crunch
I-
times 5
that
every
day I-
step.
That day I found a giant track.
Yeah.
You gotta
Massachusetts
you just
does
gotta
have
put in the
whopper
effort,
tracks.
Brad.
How'd that go for you, brother?
Yeah.
A lot of guys say they like hunting crunchy snow. Maybe I just need to give it, some more effort. It doesn't feel right when you're hunting
Yeah,
crunch
but
snow.
after, to be fair, after I got
Go
cut
another
off the
piece of
third
them?
time, I called it a day on
I
that
don't
one
blame
also.
you, dude. I don't blame you. My truck was a
Oh,
lot more
dude, you
comfortable
want
that day.
to know what I did that day? And this is awful.
It was also like what, December?
It was late.
It was
late.
extremely
we
late.
Yeah.
We were burnt by this
Yeah,
point.
we were
but
just done hunting at that point.
we pull in there, and I pull in. I walk up through this. There's like a little cut, and I walk like 100 yards into it, and I go, "Yep, I'm going home." I turned right back around, walked down the mountain, hopped in my truck, and left. And Adam and Tyler called me. They're like, "Hey, where'd you end up going?" I was like, "Yeah, I ended up going home." Like, what?
That was a strange day, apparently.
It was
A very
dude.
strange day.
I was not.
Guess I didn't
feeling
miss
it.
much that day.
But I mean, where we were, it's so late in the season that everybody from every surrounding state is trying to
Those
hunt the
goddamn
same area.
Vermonters.
Yeah, like guys from everywhere.
Yeah, you Vermonters are something else, I tell you.
You guys-
Hats off to you guys. You find a way to hunt every piece of property on every inch of this earth, I swear.
It was,
And
it was
guess
you
what?
and I that same week. Remember we saw that friggin' pack of like 40 Vermonters getting ready to
Oh, they
drive
roll
up.
deep, man. They
Oh
roll
my
deep.
And
God.
let me they're killers too.
They are. They kill everything. I went with a buddy, Josh Whitney. We went down to New Jersey in February. And believe it or not, Jersey season's still open then with shotgun. And we went down to some random piece of public land down there, and there's like 5 Jersey or Vermont trucks down there. I'm like, you guys just don't quit. It's February 15th right now.
New Jersey, just the state, is like big city to these guys.
Yeah, right.
So they went really out of the comfort zone.
Anything to fill the freezer, bud.
Yeah, they were shooting, man. They were killing something.
When we went to Mass with the muzzleloaders, on one road, I counted 14 Vermont trucks.
Yeah.
On one road, I was like, these guys are hunters. I mean,
they do, man.
dude, they are just
Freaking green
hunters.
plates everywhere.
Yep.
Where were we?
Yep.
Or what was the plate? What was the state plate for the guy that shot that buck?
New Hampshire.
Was it New Hampshire?
New Hampshire, yep. Yeah, that guy. Brad and I, we were so pumped. We're up north for the week or whatever. We had high hopes going
Had a
into
good
this
day the
area.
day before.
Well, you had a great day
Yeah.
the day before.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
going back to the same spot.
Going back to the same spot. We pull in and we're like, huh, somebody else here today.
One truck.
Just one truck though, no big deal. New Hampshire plates. Okay. So Brad and I go our separate ways, and Brad breaks off to the right. I go to the left, and you didn't go how far until you picked up that track. It wasn't very far.
Yeah, maybe another 100 or 200 yards.
Yep. And
Whopping track.
once you know it, Mr. New Hampshire found the same track. So he takes this buck. Correct me if I'm wrong. Takes this buck. He goes right up on the mountain, right above the parking lot, and it wasn't 30 minutes into legal shooting light.
Easily.
Boom! I'm like, I don't think that was Brad. We come out later that afternoon. Here's the drag marks. Here's this gentleman.
Bloody drag marks.
Bloody drag marks right to his tailgate. I'm like, well, I'm glad it's so easy for everybody out of state around here.
Yeah. This guy comes from New Hampshire, gets to shoot one next to the parking lot. And it had to have been a good buck because he had a wicked hoof on him.
Yeah. Here we are, just a couple chumps just walking around the woods. This guy's getting the job done.
Seriously.
Oh, man.
Never
Losers.
fails. No,
Yeah,
good for
we
you,
are
whoever
losers.
that was, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
Send us a picture. I want to see that buck.
I wanna see
We'll
what
let
he
you
looks
know. If you private message us, we'll tell you where it was.
Yeah, we'll definitely tell you where it was.
We're just busting out everyone. The
Yeah,
whole Vermont
shooting
shoot
the
too. It's
breeze.
just funny.
Except the Vermonters.
Yeah. No, yeah, we're not kidding. Just kidding. You stagger cast guys seem pretty cool.
Yeah, you guys are okay. Compared to everybody else.
Their coat looks awesome.
Yeah.
Did you go over and see that, Brad and Adam?
Yeah.
I saw it hanging there, and we saw like the pattern and everything, and it did look great. And we were talking to Isaac had. I think he might have been doing a podcast at the time that we had
It would
gotten
be like
there.
the brothers going and doing a podcast.
Right.
And us two beyond hanging back.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
Hang
let
on.
me finish
We'll get
that
to
thought on the wall. I just wanted to say, we talked to the guy. We just said how excited we are to see that now Big Woods, Bucks, and the Stagger guys are getting into the wool game. Well, Big Woods has been in it, but they're trying to keep it going because wool just seems to be like
hard to find.
Yeah, it's just going away.
Yeah,
it's just going away, and like really
great.
successful companies.
Mm-hmm. Because everybody wants to go to synthetic bullshit these days.
Yeah, no thanks. No
that's
thanks.
The way of the world. It
Let me
sucks.
tell you, I tracked in first light gear last year. You don't want to do it.
No, and even so, like we just like the nostalgic. We like wearing wool.
I love
wearing plaid
I love
wool.
it.
Like
I'm
it's a thing around here. Like if you look at any old school picture, people wore plaid wool around
not even
here.
That, it works.
Yeah, it does work. It works awesome.
It
It's
works
unbelievably quiet. There is no noise to be made when something whacks wool. And I don't know, slide around in snow all day in wool pants. Let me know how you make out. You'll probably be all right.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see where those guys take it. I am, and honestly, I'm pretty interested in buying one of their coats.
Yeah. But I will say that I mean, Isaac, if it means anything to you, I don't always love wearing red or green check. Like, I think there's patterns that probably blend in better in the woods.
Yeah.
I like that one Northeast Whitetail guy. Did I say that right? Northeast Whitetail?
Black and white checker.
The black and white checker is perfect for the snow.
That looks
Why
awesome.
is that not a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it blends in so much better.
Looks so good.
So much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that trailer where he's wearing that jacket and he pulls up on that buck there. He looks so good.
If you're wearing like that top with like the gray Adirondack style, what do they even call that pattern? Like the Johnson
just
makes?
Adirondack plaid.
Adirondack plaid. So I know that. I don't know why I didn't say that. Yeah, with the Adirondack plaid, I mean that pretty much disappears in the snow. You either look like the trunk of a tree or you look like snow.
Just endless background.
Yeah,
backdrop.
That's a really great pattern.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, while we're shouting people out here, those are Northeast Whitetail guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched their trailer.
Oh, that trailer's awesome.
I'm pumped to see what they come out
Me
with.
too.
That stuff looks awesome.
Definitely.
That trailer's sweet.
Stuff looks awesome.
It's exactly the type of hunts that all of us would want to have. Like they look like awesome
that
hunts.
one with the deer's running like right at him. And
Oh, that's great. And he just out through the woods.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That looks really cool.
Oh, that's great.
But no, when I was biting my tongue over here because Brad was talking. But you gotta tell him about the brothers thing.
Oh, I mean, when
Just
me
quick,
and Adam
just
were
quick, it's funny.
Yeah, when me and Adam were
unbelievable.
Yeah, Adam, you could tell. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
When we were at Huntstock, there was two different booths or two different people. I'll leave one nameless because we like them, but there was two different people that we spoke to that we just kind of shamelessly mentioned that we were with Adirondack Bucks and Beyond, and I always made it clear because I'm very humble, like as we are as a group. I'm like, listen, we're just small time, man. Like I just want you to know who we're here with or whatever. Maybe you've seen us, and both times these groups of people were like, oh yeah, the brothers.
The brothers.
One said Bailey and then like the other guy I think might have been like, yeah, well, like Corey, right? And it's like, oh no, I mean me and Adam, we're part of the group, but apparently if you're not one of the brothers, you're unrecognizable.
They're the Beyonds.
Adirondack Brothers and Beyond.
Yeah, that's right. Buck Brothers and Beyond.
No,
absolutely
it was it was funny. It was funny.
Absolutely not.
It was really
the first
funny.
thing Brad said, he comes up to me and he's like, I guess we don't mean anything.
I'm here to be famous, and apparently I'm never gonna make it.
You're here for the glory, baby.
You just ain't making the cut, Brad. Hey, we tried it today and you sucked.
Yeah, I know. I cut myself out today.
Yeah, cut. No, end this.
Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, one last thing I want to mention because what do we got for time here on that? Oh yeah, we're going on almost an hour. I wanted to mention the 175-pound club again. Mm-hmm. Just let everyone know that we are still going to be doing that. We're waiting on some things, and then we're going to get these patches ordered up. We talked to some people about it, and it sounds like some people are excited that we're doing it. So,
do we have any idea what kind of like?
No, we got to talk about it. We haven't talked. I meant to talk to you guys about it today, but we have to come up with like kind of like a set system of how we're going to do it.
We need to establish something official, and when we do, we'll certainly get it out there. I'd say probably via social media. That'd be the best way to reach everybody, and we'll figure out a way to keep tabs on the bucks that get killed. And we think
we definitely need to talk about what it's going to look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely want it to represent the Adirondacks as best we can. The patch itself, like what it's going to look like.
Yeah. I don't know yet. I mean, we're gonna have to reach out to. I'm gonna have to find a company to make them to begin with.
Or do we make it more neutral and not so Adirondack based, and it's just a general?
I think
175 pound.
I think it's,
club
but I just think it's very specific to the Adirondacks.
Yeah.
Because that's just like.
The thing is, though, too, I think in Vermont, I think Vermont would fit too.
Yeah, the Vermont guys could totally get in on that.
Dude, that's a great idea. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, because they don't really get those 200-pounders.
They do, but it's more like I'm the Northeast Kingdom, and they talk about everybody that I hear. They say there's not as many of them left these days.
Yeah. If any Vermonters are listening to this, I know we're ragging on you, but
we're asking for forgiveness.
Yeah, we ask for your forgiveness, and leave a comment down below because it's going to be on YouTube too. So leave a comment down there and let us know what you guys think about that.
Yeah.
Or if any of you are like good artists, like just send in like a good idea for a drawing.
Oh, great idea.
It's not something we're gonna pay you for. It's not like that. Like as a hunting community, if you are like a good with a pen, pencil, or whatever, you have a good idea, send it in.
Yep. It's just something else too to give people. It's something to look forward to, I should say.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
So, you guys got anything else before we start wrapping it up?
That was good.
Yeah, I'm excited to put this on YouTube and try giving it a little different look. Maybe we could do a little better with the lighting next time.
It's probably going to be a lot of video of the camera looking through smoke the entire time.
That's all right. It'll give it a little character to the video.
Mm-hmm.
But
looking forward to the upcoming season, guys.
Yeah, guys. Yep. Definitely looking forward to it. And as I said in the YouTube video, we'll see how everything plays out for our content.
Mm-hmm. It's August 20th. We're almost into September. And once September hits, it rolls right in.
It certainly does.
Everyone get practicing if you haven't yet with your bows and your rifles, and start thinking about getting ammo because there's not a lot of that out there right now.
Yeah, definitely get your ammo now.
Yep, I got
it. Expensive,
especially if you're living in New York State.
Bought 2 boxes 7mm 08 for $100.
We just found out today before we close it out. It's going to be much harder to buy ammo come September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy at the gun shop was explaining the new process to us, and there's a whole It's going to cost more, and it's going to take a lot longer.
I probably should go buy another box or two.
Yeah.
I should probably buy turkey ammo like now.
Yeah, that's another good point.
For the TSS. Because it has to be ordered.
Yep.
How does that work? Well, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I think we'll probably be doing another podcast pretty soon because we're getting close to the season. I think we have a lot to talk about. Get some new people on, and we'll be back real soon. So with that being said, thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next time. As always, go give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all under Adirondack Bucks and Beyond. We'll catch you next time.